All right, recording is going. No big fancy intro for this, just because, well, why would there be? There's a pretty decent chance this won't wind up on YouTube, but if it does, hello, I'm Skijaramaz. You can kind of see everyone else over there. Their names will come up here in a bit. So, just as a quick little point of order, mostly a dungeon crawl, this little adventure. I've already mentioned this to you all. About 30%, like 33% combat, a third puzzles, a third traps, with some story sprinkled throughout. So let's go ahead and just, let me do a thing here real quick. Swap out the music as needed. So, the small village of Kenalla's Rest is not what one would consider a notable settlement. In the southernmost reaches of the kingdom of Valriv, nestled among the foothills of the Boron Emberfell mountains, halfway between the Tranwin Gap and the larger city of Antarine, Kenalla's Rest is considered by those who know of it to be little more than a simple pit stop, a place to rest your legs for a spell before moving on to bigger and better things. And it is here that you all first met. In a tavern, go figure. A cozy and comfortable little abode with a blazing hearth and belly-filling stew. Whether it was for the desire for company or just the fact that there was nowhere else to sit, you all shared a table by a window that afforded you a breathtaking view of the crags to your south. There you traded words, sparse or dense, the idle small talk of travelers whose paths have for a moment crossed, but were doomed to once again diverge. But that was not to be your fate. In the dead of night, after you had retreated to your rooms for some much-needed rest, something happened. A shadow fell upon you. For those of you who sleep soundly, it was just bad luck that malicious eyes fell upon you that night. For those among you with more alert or paranoid inclinations, it was likewise poor luck, but also your predator was wise to your defenses. Your memory of what came next is hazy and disjointed, a moment of wakeful alertness, foreign hands upon your flesh, and something soft and suffocating smothering your face, your breath failing to leave your lungs, new breaths failing to replace them as they should, and a soft voice, like a soothing mother tilted with madness, singing you into a cold and uncomfortable state of unconsciousness. Valiantly though you struggled, it ultimately amounted to nothing. Now, you awaken. The reverberating crackle of torch fire, muffled by stone and soil, barely reaches your ears. And as you all come to, groggy, stiff, and sore from a night spent on a cold stone floor, and distressingly bereft of your equipment, I would like everyone to please roll 1d100.
Oh no.
The big one.
All right, so an 85 from Tuki, an 11 from, which one is Kyle again?
Impulsive.
Impulsive, so that would be, this should not say impulsive character.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Well, for all we know, they could be quite impulsive. Maybe that's just our first impression.
There we go. All right, 71 from Ludviek, and a 16 from Boron. So, we have effectively a turn order for the start here. It's not a combat, but there is a turn order. So, give me just a moment here to get everyone added. So, Tuki, you're up first. As you find yourself waking up, cracking open your slightly crusted over eyes and just sore all over, your lungs and your chest in particular aching somewhat, you cast your eyes about your unfamiliar surroundings. You are in a small stone room lit by a single torch in one corner. A narrow corridor leads past it that you can just make out a door shrouded in shadow on the far side of. On the westernmost wall of your room, you see a strange statue just sort of set into it, like dug into an alcove in the wall. Headless, humanoid, one arm stretched forward and holding a pair of scales. And across the floor you see several stones, little round balls of rock with something engraved on them. On the other two walls that have yet to be addressed, you see barred windows affording you a view into other rooms. In one, you see the grizzled half-dwarf that you had spoken to, very briefly and very quietly the previous night, as well as the remarkably red-furred Rythar that you had also met, similarly rising up in their own rooms. So, is there anything you wish to do for this brief moment?
Besides, get my bearings, just kind of look through both windows and... Are you okay? Either of you? Hello?
That is
And
odd. All of my pins have suddenly disappeared.
Oh no.
Roleplay to your heart's content while I go get those back from the map template.
Well, you hear content snoring from the half-dwarf.
Meanwhile,
He's
Lion.
trapped in stone. He is fine.
Nah.
meanwhile the Rythar that you see just groggily pushes himself up. Oh, what is that? No, too early. Too early. What noise? Oh, it feels like in Vice.
well, as they say, the early bird gets the worm, and I am the bird.
Oh, but I am no worm. Why? What is that? You not get me? No. Wait a minute. This not my room. At least, didn't get into trouble. No. Didn't have a violent bar fight again, right?
Not that I am aware of.
Ah, good. Usually breaking those up is what I do. It's great to make merry, but not make so much merry that you hurt someone in the process, of course. Ah, wait, yes, I recognize you. You were the line. What's the species of bird people called again?
Kraven.
Robin. Yes, you're the Kraven lass. Yes, I remember you from last night. Yeah, this does not look like the inn.
As you're casting your eyes about, Ludviek, I will describe your chamber to you. On the western wall of your chamber, you see some sort of frame, just an indented slot. And as you're it's like about 6 feet tall, 5 feet wide, like it's like almost like a doorway that just goes to a wall. But as you're casting your eyes sort of about the room, you see that there are sheets of glass just scattered about that appear to be roughly the same size.
Like on the ground, or
Just lying on the ground.
lying on the ground. Okay. And are these sheets as bigger or smaller than the frame itself?
It looks like you could slide them into the frame.
Oh. Well, it's probably still Tuki's action, though, right?
I'm kind of playing fast and loose with this at the moment.
Okay. Well,
Like, there's a certain condition where that turn order will suddenly matter. We haven't hit that turn condition yet.
Okay.
The only other thing you notice, Ludviek, as you're sort of casting your eyes about, aside from a narrow corridor on the southern end of your room where a door is visible, is you see a similar set of windows to the one that Tuki is talking to you through which you see the boisterous wizard you had spoken to the previous day, likewise getting up. Tristan, you are now in the game.
Wizard man, yes. You're here too.
Wow, that is quite a headache. I don't think I drank that much. Ooh. Where am I?
I do not know. I was hoping you did. For even the Cloven girl does not know.
Well, why would I know?
You are a wizard. You are a smart man, no?
Well, while I am one of great and amazing intellect, I'm afraid that this surpasses even my knowledge of stuff.
And so humble too. So we're all in pickle.
This isn't my first time in what appears to be a dank prison cell.
If this were prison, where is prison guard? Also, I don't know of any prison that has bars that just block other prisoners. Or corridors, for that matter. What do you see in your room? Anything here? All I see is a corridor over there, he mentions to the south, and this weird thing frame behind me.
Tristan, as you look around your chamber, you see on the eastern wall of the room a woman's face carved into the brickwork. The eyes and mouth are all open but empty, and a fourth slot is open on her throat. Looking around the room for a moment longer, you see similar-sized gemstones. All of the slots are like the same size, by the way. And you see 4 gemstones scattered across the floor. There's one red, 2 of them are blue, 1 of them is green. And Ludviek, you would actually clock this. Sort of looking through the bars, you can see this because of your oaths in particular. You look at that face, and you just sort of immediately clock, that's supposed to be Suna. A not necessarily elegant depiction of the goddess of nature, but you recognize it all the same.
What was your name, wizard? Tristan?
It seems my reputation exceeds me.
No, you mentioned it last night.
Yes.
Repeatedly.
I did.
Drunkenly,
Yes.
I might add.
Yes, well...
Well,
What?
the thing
The-
behind
one
you,
needs to-
statue.
Yes. The statue, yes.
Yes, it looks like statue of Suna.
Yes, I deduced that myself.
Yeah, but it doesn't look very flattering. Looks like Hapdash. Child make it even.
Yes, it is definitely not a masterpiece. No, definitely not.
How about you, Cloven girl? You see any statue or weird thing in your section?
Just the symbol of justice.
Symbol
Usually.
of justice.
Well, you know, woman who cannot see with scales.
Oh. We are in some puzzling madness, that's for sure. Wait. If we are in 3 room, we're in square. That means there must be another. Then you, points to both Tristan and the Graven girl. He hasn't got her name yet. Says, you see someone else?
Well, of course, I see someone else. There is a dwarven fellow asleep on the ground. He says as he moves over to look through those bars.
All right. The bars let you see into the room, but like your angle is a little awkward, so you don't necessarily have like a full, complete picture of what's in there. You can make a perception check to see what you can see.
Oh, so there's a possibility I don't see the sleeping person.
I mean, you see the sleeping person. He is directly in front of you. It's anything else in the room you might miss.
Oh, okay.
A 17. Yeah, okay.
My astute powers of observation.
You see,
once again.
yes, looking into that chamber, you can't see all of it, but logically it seems like you can kind of deduce the details. It seems that there are empty, like, square slots, like about a foot in any given dimension, into the walls that you can see. When it comes to, like, the other wall that leads to Tuki's cell, it's on one of the supporting pillars, sort of between the bars. And you can likewise see a couple of stone tablets that look like they could fit into those slots scattered around the floor. Though what's precisely on them, you don't have a good angle or quite enough light from your angle to tell.
I see.
Oh, I should ask, probably the first obvious thing. Do we have anything missing from us? Like, are we still in our armor? Are we missing the area?
As of right now, your armor and the clothes underneath are the only things you have with you. The rest of your inventory is currently inaccessible. For those of you with magical inclinations, you have not been disconnected from your ring stones. You can still feel the tethering you to them, so you don't have to spend time attuning to them when you get back to them, but there is too much stuff between you and your ringstone at the moment for you to use any magic.
Oh, it appears we've been robbed. At least not of our breeches.
You don't wear breeches.
Semantics. Anyway. Well, if I was to take a wild guess, it seems somebody is playing a joke on us. Put us in some sort of prison puzzle room madness.
Seems the dwarf is waking up, or the half-dwarven, and stretching himself, and blinking, looking around. Huh? That's weird.
Oh, you're okay.
You finally
That is
come
good.
to. Oh, sorry. I think we just spoke at the same time.
Yeah.
That's alright, I can't see you.
What happened?
Yes, does anyone else remember being smothered in the middle of the night?
Smothered. Ah, I do remember something similar. Like when Mother had to put me down at night. With pillow.
That was not where my mind went when you said put you down.
I was a wild child.
Wow.
It was a weird dream, I think. What? Are we prisoners?
Have you ever seen the movie Saw?
Fuck.
My character has not, no.
I haven't seen the movie myself, so it's kind of a similar getup, though.
Look, on the right side, if someone needs leg torn off, I can do that. No charge.
Please no.
I mean, you
Boron
have wings.
gets-
I do not.
Kraven do not have
You
wings.
don't have wings.
Feathers.
I definitely passed biology class.
Boron gets up and tries to estimate if he could somehow bust through these things that separate our cells.
I'm going to step back over here just in case there's a response
Probably wise.
to that.
That's a good
Okay.
idea.
Yep. I would. Okay. Go ahead and make for me. I guess this would be like an investigation check.
Ooh.
Oh, you're kidding?
No.
How about a smithing or carpentry check? And if that would be better.
Let me double check something here real quick. I mean, the tools checks are more for like using the tools.
All right.
This would, and like, I mean, if you had like proficiency with like stonemason's tools, I would allow that.
Okay. So it's stone basically. Okay.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
it's stone and steel.
Yeah, besides, I mean, what are you going to do smithing? I mean, are you going to fix it, felix the
Yeah.
bars, make them thicker?
We can. No
Are you
longer
gonna
see
be
each
like,
other.
I know exactly the temperature I need to generate to melt these beams?
Investigation.
Are the corridors locked off and we can just see them, or are they open?
You can see into each other's rooms, but you cannot traverse between them. There are no passages between your rooms. You can just see into each other's.
And I meant like on the north and south walls.
Ah, those doors. I mean, you can try them.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, you know what, Tuki, you haven't done anything. Well, you go first.
Well, I guess the reason I asked is I guess I wasn't particularly clear if they were open.
Those little narrow corridors end in very sturdy-looking doors.
Okay.
Right.
I'm actually going to start inspecting the stones around my room then.
Okay. Passing from stone to stone, sort of picking them up and examining each one, you see that each one has a number on it. And it looks like there are seemingly 9 stones in total. Curiously, you do not see the number 7 on any of them. It just goes from 1 to 10 with 7 conspicuously missing.
Interesting.
Make for me a perception check, Tuki.
Sure thing.
And we'll get to your investigation in a second, Boron.
Okay.
It's loading very slow. There we go. Perception. Here we go.
6. You're still kind of out of it, so you don't see it. So you can try that again in a little bit. Now, Boron, your investigation as to whether or not you're confident you could break through like these bars and these stone. Probably not. Like,
Okay.
it's old construction, but it is very clearly made to be sturdy and made to last. If you had your tools or a pickaxe, you might be able to break through given enough time, but with just your shoulder and your hands, you'd probably be more likely to hurt yourself than make any meaningful progress. Whoever built this, they knew what they were doing.
Okay. Yeah, he starts looking around the cell and sees these weird things on the ground.
Yep. You see little slots in all 4 walls, sort of central positions in each and you also see 4 equally sized stone tablets just sort of scattered across the floor. And on each of the tablets is a different symbol, sort of etched in and then filled with a color that makes them look painted almost.
Okay. I'll show that to the wizard in the other cell. Hey, you know what these are?
So, those 4 tablets contain the following symbols: a red triangle pointing up, a golden half circle above a horizontal bar, a blue triangle pointing down, and a purple semicircle beneath a horizontal bar.
Huh? Boron is puzzled.
It is a puzzle.
Accordingly. So, I'll show that to Tuki and Tristan. You know what these are? I have no idea.
The symbols.
Can I overhear his conversation if I'm close enough, or?
Yeah, you can all hear each other just fine.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I can say what I have on there.
Do you also have glass in room?
Nah. Doesn't seem so. No glass.
Yes.
Just tablets.
Seems wizard has statue, and Cloven has stones and scale. This definitely sounds like the work of some mad wizard or something.
Oh. No clue. So, we need to solve a puzzle to, like, get out of here.
Who
Oh,
would
man.
kidnap people and lock them in puzzle room?
I'm screwed.
Very well, if puzzle room, then, maybe I should figure my puzzle first, then.
so you said there was on the left side here, there was a frame, and there was pieces of glass all over?
Yes.
Okay, then can I guess the first thing I would do is gather all the pieces of glass and bring them over to the frame.
Okay. As you start collecting the panes of glass, you notice an interesting quality about them. One of them is just perfectly clear. But another one is reflective. No matter how you turn it, it perfectly reflects back whatever is in it. So it's a mirror. And the third one is clear, but it appears to be a lens. And depending on the angle of it, like which face of it you're looking at, it's either magnifying or shrinking the image on the other side. Which is very weird to your eyes when it's doing shrinking. It's like when you turn your field of view way up in a video game and it just kind of makes it go bleh.
Yeah. Zoom in while moving backwards.
Pretty much.
Alright.
Very odd pieces of glass.
If I hold them up to the frame, do the sheets, are they smaller than the frame or bigger than the frame itself?
They are about the same size as the frame. They can easily just slide right in.
Oh. But I'm assuming only one can slide in, or all 3 could put in there.
Looks like all 3 could be put in. Kind of like stacking a deck of cards, but, vertical.
Huh.
Make a perception check for me, Ludviek.
Yeah, sure, totally. Ta-da. Come on, unminimize. There we go. All right, that's by clicking on.
You can just click the text that says perception, and it'll roll it for you. Yes.
Okay. Right down there. What the? Oh, this one.
23. God damn, that's a good roll. Okay, yeah,
They
you
have
notice
very
it.
good eyes.
Yeah, you notice it instantly, Ludviek. Looking at the frame, you notice an inscription above the frame.
Okay.
Written in the common tongue, it reads, "Mind the size of your ego."
Mine is the size of my ego. Hey, wizard man. It appears, these pieces of glass in the room, they have a riddle on them. He says, mind the size of your ego. Very good advice, though. Very good advice to have, especially for children. What do you make of it?
That's to you, Tristan.
You there, Impulsive?
Oh no, did we lose Impulsive?
You lost
I
him.
am
Oh, there you
here.
are.
Okay. He's like, oh, seem to have stumped Wizard Man. Alright, well, mind size of ego. How about Kravenlass, I did not catch the name. What was it again? Something with T?
Yes, I am Tuki.
Tuki, okay. Tuki, what do you make of that? Mind size of ego. It sounds like a little to me.
Oh, well, if it is something to do with how the glass reacts, then I would think that maybe the one that makes the size distorted and the mirror should be layered perhaps closer together.
Oh, yes, creating smaller image. Yeah.
Alright, so then I guess, since you said all three could go in there, the reflection one would go at the furthest back. The one that causes things to shrink or magnify would be flipped, so it would cause the viewer to be smaller in the middle. And then on the furthest one, closest to the outside, would be just the normal sheet of glass.
So
So, like,
okay.
furthest into the wall would be reflective, then be the concave lens, and then it would be the normal piece of glass.
Okay. So you slot those in one at a time. And as soon as all three are in, you hear a... And like a couple of clamps just like fold out of the brickwork around the frame and hold the panes in place. And muffled by the stone, you hear just a quiet little metallic cling, like a ding, like someone hitting a tiny bell with a fork.
Ah, yes. Good work, Tuki. That was exactly what needed to happen. Almost like a simple child's game, actually. Which I guess means whoever put us here wants us to solve these puzzles. What do you have in yours? Stones?
Well, if it is a puzzle, I think that I would have to put equal total number on each side of the scale.
Numbers game.
I did some math and I think I have it, but there are a few ways to solve it, so hopefully it works.
Make another perception check for me, Tuki. It's been long enough you can retry your roll from earlier. And this time I'll give you advantage because it's in the room with you. It's just a matter of catching the detail. And the longer you're in it, the more likely you are to spot it.
Fair enough. I tried to toggle off, but I can't find it.
It's okay. Like, if it automatically rolls with advantage, we just roll with, the first number if you don't have it. Okay, so 22. Now you notice it. There are two things in this room that also catch your eye. You spot another stone, just sort of tucked quietly in the corner behind some rubble, that is sculpted to look like a skull. And then over the headless statue with the scales, you see an array, like a semicircle comprised of 7 star shapes that are a darker, sort of almost reddish hue, standing out against the gray stone they're embedded into.
I'll go. Does the 7 star shapes have any significance that I would be aware of?
Like symbolically, not necessarily, but you do see a similar star sort of emblazoned on the front face of the scales.
Okay. So I will go and pick up the skull and put it on the headless statue.
Okay.
That does anything.
Well, the turn order is going to start mattering now.
Oh.
So, as you pick up the skull stone, and you set it into the statue, the first thing that happens is you hear the door on the northern end of your room unlock. But you also hear the grinding of gears and something flowing through unseen pipes in the roof above you. And for everyone else, you hear that same sound and your eyes are naturally sort of drawn up, and you see there were like hidden nozzles in between the gaps of the brickwork of the ceiling, and this green gas starts pumping out of it and flowing down into your room.
Fuck.
So, I'll go ahead and say this now. There are 2 ways to solve all of your puzzles. And if you go with the incorrect solution, your door will open, but everyone else is going to be put in trouble.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so...
Ludviek sees that and just goes, "Ah, Gus!" Goes to his door and tries to see if he can open it.
It does not yet open. I would like everyone to make for me a Constitution saving throw except for Tuki.
Okay.
Going to hold his breath.
I think I have advantage on Constitution saves against poison.
All right, a natural 20 from Ludviek. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's as good a result as you can get.
To which, as Ace is trying to open the door, he'd probably be cursing, just like, "What? I thought I solved puzzle. What is this?"
Gain advantage on saving throws against poison. This is poison?
Yes.
Okay.
It is poison damage.
I think
I am advantageous.
I think I've solved it, but I don't think my character has, so I'm gonna be quiet.
All right, everyone rolled high enough on their Constitution saves that you managed to avoid taking any damage from the poison gas starting to pump into your rooms.
Holding my breath definitely worked.
Can you describe the tablets to me? I think I have the red triangle up, the blue triangle down. What were the others?
All right, so, Boron, you are wanting to know about your tablets.
Yeah.
Yes, we are now going in turn order. Everyone will get a turn to
All
try
right,
and solve
okay.
their respective puzzles. So, you have 4 tablets, a red triangle pointing up, a golden half circle above a horizontal bar, a blue triangle pointing down, and a purple semicircle beneath a horizontal bar, and 1 slot in the north, east, south, and west walls that could each house one. I will paste this information into the Discord chat so you can just refer to it whenever.
Okay. Do I know where south, east, and west is?
Make a perception check for me, actually.
Oh, man. I did that. Perception.
20. Nice. Okay, yeah. Boron, As you're sort of looking around, you finally sort of spot it. It's kind of small, but dead center in the room, about like 6 inches across, appears to be a chiseled symbol of a compass.
Okay.
And and the north is pointing towards the far end of the room, where I just did the ping.
Okay. And I do believe that the sun rises in this world just like in ours.
Yes. Sun rises in the east, sets in the west, as I recall.
Boron just thinks, compass, maybe, and puts the red triangle to the north, the blue triangle to the south, the golden half circle to the east, and the other tablet to the west.
All right. So you slot those in, sort of holding your breath to avoid breathing in the poison. And as you're moving about, you slot them all in. And when you do, the compass in the center of the floor does one little spin. And then you hear a metallic ting in the wall. Ding!
Was that a good or bad twing?
Well, I
I
mean,
hear the same bell over here when I do mirror, but does not seem to open door.
and it also did not trigger another trap.
Which is good.
All right. Viator, or Tristan, it's your turn to try and solve your puzzle. So, it's been a minute since we described it, so I'll go over it again for you. You have a stone face of Suna carved into the eastern wall of the room. The eyes and mouth are open but empty, and there is a slot in each of them, as well as in the center of her throat. Across the floor of your room are 4 gemstones, 1 red, 2 blue, 1 green.
Child's play. So, just go around, pick up the gemstones, walk over to the face, which I think is here.
Yeah.
And now there's only...
There are 4 gems, 4 slots.
Well...
Religion check.
Well, he's gonna put a blue gem in one of the eye slots.
Okay. Slides
then-
in easy enough. Nothing
And
happens
then
yet.
a blue gem in the other eye slot.
Okay. You do that. Seems fine. Nothing has gone awry yet. It doesn't seem it will verify whether you did it right or wrong until all 4 gems are slotted.
Now he's just gonna hold the other 2 and stare at them. Sweat starting to appear in his brow. He's been holding his breath this entire time.
Indeed.
He's...
That cracking wizard!
That's his response.
Can I see? Can Ludviek see? I mean, I already noticed the statue before. Can I see what he's trying to do?
Yeah, I'll say. You've got like a direct line of sight on the thing, so you would know, Ludviek, that at the very least the blue gems are properly placed because Suna is known to have beautiful blue eyes. As for the red and the green gem, that's a bit trickier.
Can I roll religion, or since I am a follower, or can I roll a perception?
You can
to
roll
help him?
religion on this because you are a follower of Suna, and I'll give you advantage because you are a follower of Suna.
All right. Pull the list in. Oh, jeez. All right, here we go.
18.
Not bad.
Well, you know, sort of from your time studying Suna's works and the various stories and legends surrounding her, that, well, her voice and her breath are said to be the winds that carry the pollens across the land, pollens and seeds and spores that allow various forms of plant life to grow. So, if nothing else, the green gem definitely goes in one of those slots. But what about the red one?
Well, he already has the 2 eyes selected, so...
The 2 eyes are fine. Yep, you can deduce that.
He's already put those 2 in there. I guess I would say to him... wait, so you said the throat is where the green one should go? Right? Yeah, because you said from the voice. He's like, put the green in the throat! That would make most sense from her legends.
He's gonna put that in,
All right.
and then he's gonna put the last one in the mouth because it's the only other spot it could go.
Yep. And mouths tend to be made of fleshy muscle tissue that is generally red or pink in color. And as you slot those in, the eyes close, the mouth closes, and the green gem just stays where it is, and you hear that metallic ting in the wall. And with that, the poison stops pumping into the room. And all 4 doors unlock.
Ludviek would just like give him double thumbs up and be like, very good work, Tristain. That's using your noodle.
Thank you, Ludwig. He does not quite remember his name. Thank you, Ludwig.
Ludviek, what's close enough?
Ludwig, thank you. You see, I was testing you on your own name, and I could tell by your garb that you are an acolyte of her, and was merely testing your knowledge on your own religious texts.
It's all right. It's okay to ask for help every now and then. After all, many stones cannot be carried by one man.
Can we stop the freaking discussion and get out of here?
Yes, quite.
All right.
Just step in there.
All right. So, everyone heading for their own doors. You pop them open. For Ludviek and Tristain, it opens up into... Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
Oh no, he's allergic to cats.
Bless you. So,
Excuse me.
for Ludviek and Tristain, as you open up the door to, open up your doors, you're greeted to the sight of a dark corridor. Rythar have night vision, I believe, so Ludviek, you're fine. Tristain, you're having a little more trouble. As for Tuki and Boron, there are torches on the southern-facing wall of the corridor you step into. The corridor continues to the left and right, and you see, sort of dead center between the 2 torches facing north, a door. Though where it goes, you don't know yet.
I was gonna grab the torch from my cell. If it's only...
Yeah, you can do that. I'll allow that. You have a
fastened to the
torch.
wall. Okay.
Torch acquired. Da-da-da-dun.
Yep.
I
All
feel
right,
naked
so...
without something in my hand.
So that means you get about 20 feet of illumination. So I'll just plunk that in here as an orange circle. So that should let you see very nicely.
I just like to think that Tristain looks to his right down the corridor, and he just sees these 2 pairs of glowing eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll slowly make my way to the door.
It is
Put
not the
my
heavily
ear to it.
reinforced type like the last couple of doors you saw. It appears to just be regular but polished wood in an ornate, sort of rounded frame.
I put my ear to it. See if I can hear anything from the other side.
Perception check. While you're doing that, Ludviek and Tristan, what you two doing?
13.
Okay, we'll get to that in just a second.
I
Did
guess
you say I had trouble opening it, or the door is not opening?
Your door opened just fine. You're out in the
Oh.
corridor. And when I said you had trouble, I meant you have trouble seeing because it's dark and you're a human. You don't have night vision.
and now you're in a wall. Oh no!
Yeah, you kind of step out into an almost black corridor with only a little bit of light coming from your torch. That being said, you would have seen Boron taking his torch from his room, so you know you can do the same thing.
Okay, well, gonna do that.
All right, so you grab a torch, you can see.
It seems we're in a corridor.
By the way,
Many like this one.
These squares. What do they represent? How many feet between? Each
5 feet.
tile?
Each tile is
5
5 feet.
Okay, good to know. All right.
Narrow corridor here. Mine rounds to the right. How about you?
I mean, you two can reach each other now. There's no walls separating you now.
Oh, there isn't. Okay. Right, that's a corridor. Okay. I just hang on. I gotta turn up my monitor brightness.
Yeah, it is kind of dark. It is kind of
I'm
dark.
supposed to be the one that can't see.
Well, look, I'm using a monitor that dates back like 15 years. All right, give me.
That is fair.
Okay. All right, there we go. Now, okay, it is a corridor. Okay, cool. I guess since I'm the one who can see just fine, is like I'd probably just motion to Tristan. Come, let us head this way, and motion to go to the left.
I do believe that is a good idea.
All right.
All right, so basically, I guess we just follow the corridor until we meet up. Do we do anything?
Well, while you're making your way around, I'll address Boron's perception check. So, Boron, listening closely to the door with a 13 on your roll, you don't hear any sounds of movement on the other side. You kind of just hear more muffled crackling of torches, but that's about it. After a couple of minutes, you sort of step back and look towards Tuki in time to see Ludviek and Tristan rounding a corner behind her.
I nod into their general direction and give an approving grunt. Then I test if the door is open, I guess.
All right. You put your handle on the hand. You put your hand on the handle. Turn it. It opens without issue, revealing a fairly small 20 by 20 foot room. In the dead center, you see a plain wooden desk. Thank you. I don't know who did that, but thank you.
You're welcome.
You see a plain wooden desk in the middle of the room with a single candle, a red bottle with a red ribbon tied around it, and a sheet of parchment. There is a door on the far end of the room framed by more torches, and 4 little boxes, 4 chests, sort of stationed off to the sides.
What might ever be in there?
Well, if we want to make sure there are no booby traps, I can take a look around.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Right.
If someone goes to trouble to lock us in cell and put puzzles, they definitely are the type to make what is called classic dungeon.
I am still so sorry that I triggered the gas in your chambers. I'm glad you're all okay.
I've had worse.
Yeah. To clarify for what happened with you, Tuki, the only objective you had was to balance the scale so that both sides registered as 7.
Oh, S7.
Yeah.
Yep, I had that wrong anyway.
Yep. Nothing would have happened if you put the wrong numbers on the scales. It was the skull that was your shortcut solution that triggered the poisons. And if everyone had taken the easy solution to their respective traps, each one would come with a different penalty for everyone. The damage would have increased with each successive failure or easy solution.
Nice.
It was 1d4 poison on a failed con save. It would have gone all the way up to 3d4 of different damage types on a failed con save if all 3 others were turned on.
I
Now
assume the bad solution to mine would have been breaking it, but breaking a mirror is 7 years bad luck.
Right. At any rate. So, Tuki, you're looking for traps?
Yes.
Perception.
May I use investigation?
You may. I will allow it.
Awesome. Sorry, I don't know why, but I'm loading really slow, so.
It's fine. It's fine.
I
We're
swear,
in
every
we're in the
investigation-
non-urgent part of things right now. You can take your time.
I think every investigation check should have the Pink Panther theme.
Da-da-da, da-da, da-dun, 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 da-dun. There are no traps.
16.
16. There are no traps. Yeah, not that you can see, at least. It seems fine.
Looks like it is clear.
Ah, very good.
I take the parchment and hand it to Ludviek.
All right.
Here's something to read.
All right. So,
I guess I read the parchment.
all right. I will read it off to you then. It is written in an elegant, flowing hand in the common tongue. Well done surviving the first room. You may be of amusement yet. I'm certain you are bursting with questions, so let me tell you what you need to know. Welcome to my little maze of horrors. In the chambers that lay ahead of you, you will be confronted with delectable little obstacles and challenges meant to push the spirit of mankind to the breaking point. You'll need to make difficult choices and endure impressive amounts of pain if you want to see the light of day again. Delightful as it is, despair without the counterbalance of hope is a droll and boring affair, and so you may rest assured that there is always a way out. There's always a way forward. You may just need to dirty your hands, and possibly your souls a little, to find it. If you find yourself asking who I am, then please put such thoughts out of your mind. If you ask why I would do such a thing to you, then the answer is really quite simple. Fun. There is something so terribly delightful in watching men and women of means struggle to survive. To know the way is open before them only to crumble at the last second, and the thrill, the rush of knowing that it was I who brought these stalwart souls to their knees, blubbering for mercy as they wallow in their own squalor and filth. Pride could not begin to describe the ecstasy, the elation of such an accomplishment. If you should make it to the end of my little dungeon, you will have 24 hours to put as much distance between yourself and Kenalla's rest as possible. After that, you will be followed, so you had better make your steps count. But do not think that I am entirely without mercy. You will find on this table a single potion of healing. Think of it as a gift, or a wish for your good luck. And in the chests around this room, you will find any of your personal belongings that were taken from your rooms when you were collected. So you will have those at your disposal to ease your burdens. The key to the door is in the drawer. May the games begin, and may you bring me much joy. And I will show it to everyone so you can refer back to it in the handouts. It is not signed. There is no name.
All right. But you said it was
Would have
elegantly
guessed.
written.
It was very elegantly written. It was like cursive.
Okay.
I couldn't have read that
curse.
anyway.
If I may, I would like to immediately pick up the health potion and try to. I'd like to perceive, if I can somehow, if this is actually a real healing potion or if it's just if it's poisoned somehow. You know.
Just gotta taste it.
Because because Ludwig would say
This would be a
Someone
medicine
poisoned-
check.
a medicine check. All right. Holding it up,
Maybe-
he would say, "I do not think someone who would play games with people so haphazardly and viciously would give actual medicine." 1 second.
Unless
I
they want
understood
that pain to
about
last longer.
A quarter of what that letter said.
Uh,
So we just gotta get out of here.
It seems that we are in the clutches of a sadist.
all right, so Ludviek, a 20 medicine check on the bottle. The glass is opaque, so you can't see the liquid inside. There's the red ribbon on it. Popping the cork, you take just a quick whiff just to get an idea, and your sharp nose, as a Rythar, you have a good sense of smell. You immediately clock, this is not a potion of healing. Like your fur immediately sort of bristles, your lips involuntarily twitch back to show your teeth, your eyes started narrow, and your nostrils instinctively just clog up. This is poison, and potent poison at that.
Yeah. Rygar would just snarl and go, as I thought. No one who is so, frankly, evil would give out healing. This is poison. My guess, because they find, as they said, amusement in people struggling. They'd want us to actually use this, someone's injured. Oh, here, take this healing, only to make it worse. What a bitter, bitter person this is.
Could I see that?
Sorry, which one said that?
Tristan, hello, yes.
Yeah.
Can I
Tristan?
have see that?
So,
Yes.
just don't consume it. Bad idea.
I have no intention on... I have better things to do tonight than die.
But do not worry. Alright? We saw through such ability. All of us can.
Yeah,
This is
no, good,
obviously bad.
genuinely good shot catching that.
Yeah. Well, but the reason he says is like, even though we are against a bad person, we will perceive. We will persevere. Together we will get through this. And maybe, just maybe, we'll teach this person a good lesson on how to actually be nice to others.
And how?
So, Tristan, what are you doing with the potion? Or poison, rather?
Pocketing it.
Okay.
You never know when it might be useful.
Fair enough. All right. Before we proceed, I need to be right back for a second. My bladder is making demands of me, and I need to answer. So, be right back.
Perfectly fine.
Also, the
I
music.
wonder if it is usable as a weapon poison, but probably not.
Well, I mean, you can always throw potions at people. I mean, nothing.
And it could probably be used as a blade coating.
That too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know for a fact I'm not going to use it. He's not going to touch it. He's all about the healing, not so much the hurting.
No, that's my business.
Look. Tristan may be vain, egotistical, arrogant, ignorant.
Oh, just listing off all your greatest qualities, I see.
Annoying. But he's not stupid.
Yeah, that's my job.
He has some ideas. He's already devising some plans.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Ludviek is just thinking, just like, need to get everyone out of here, everyone's safe, and keep up their spirits. We'll let this crazy person bring everybody down.
Anyway, Tristan's getting his stuff.
Okay.
Wait. Yes.
Yep, so...
Hang on.
Uh,
He's gonna investigate for traps.
Actually, Tuki already did that.
Traps in the room.
No,
Didn't
the
investigate the
chest.
chests.
I see. Okay.
All right. You investigate your chest, Tristan, and you don't see any signs of a trap. It just seems to be just a regular old chest.
Oh, okay. Then he just opens it up.
Yep, you open it up. Nothing bad happens. It's unlocked. And all your stuff is in there. I'll save you all some time. None of these chests are trapped. You are being given a sporting chance and getting your gear back. So now your inventories are fully restored to you. You have access to all your stuff, and you can now use your magic.
Tristan picks up a bracelet that he's put his ring stone in and puts it on and goes, comfy.
Much better.
Actually not, but it's good to be there.
Boron takes his time to put it on his armor since.
I mean,
he
you had your
doesn't-
armor. You had
I
your.
don't
You
sleep
had.
in my.
Ah,
I
right.
don't
Fair
sleep
enough.
in my armor.
Fair enough. Makes sense, actually.
And take his shield, puts it on his arm, shoulders his backpack. I feel like a complete person again. Gee.
This isn't new for me, but it's nice to have people this time.
You've been trapped by crazy person before? I'm sorry that happened.
I slightly misspoke. It's more I'm used to being without anything.
Well, do not worry. You have things, and you have us.
Wholesome little bugger, isn't he?
Ludviek, puts on his chainmail, puts on his weapons and everything. You basically see this guy pull out everything from like a bunch of javelins in a quiver to a shield, a warhammer, and also a full chainmail, and a backpack, and all these other parts, and somehow 50 feet of rope, which fits into the backpack.
It's just kind of coiled up and tied to the side of it.
Yeah, basically.
All right. I'm ready.
And your ringstone. Don't forget that.
Oh, yeah. I'm right.
You need that.
Kind of important, yes.
Yeah. All right. So, you're all geared up. You retrieve the key from the desk, I assume?
Oh, hang on. To add it to my inventory, what is this poison specifically?
It is called a potion of poison.
Oh, just potion of poison. Okay.
Also called a poison potion.
You take damage.
Yep. So it would be 2d4 plus 2 points of poison damage to anyone who drinks it.
Okay.
I guess knowledge medicine, but does it have to be ingested? Could it be applied topically?
Medicine check, roll it.
Sure. Okay. And boom.
All right, Ludviek, you are not necessarily well versed in medicine that much. The smell told you it would be bad to drink it, but you're not necessarily versed quite enough on this particular type of medicinal properties to know if this particular vial would burn on the skin, for example.
Okay, well then he doesn't say anything.
What did
Doesn't
you
come
say
to
the
mind.
damage was again?
2d4 plus 2.
Basically a reverse healing potion.
Exactly. It's basically, if you drink it, it's what happens if a zombie drinks a regular healing potion.
Right.
Yes, because zombies are totally known for having a drink with their meal of flesh.
You know what I mean.
Brains. Brains.
Brains and a cocktail.
Quite sophisticated.
Right.
On par with vampires.
Indeed. All right. So then, got all your stuff? Ready to move on?
Yeah,
Ready
assume
to
the
go.
only door is the one to the north.
Yep.
Alright.
Just make that a little more visible for you.
Ah, okay.
I don't know who took the key.
It doesn't really matter. Just
Yeah.
as long as someone took it.
Judged by your wandering eyes there, Tika, that you actually, you know a bit about finding hidden traps, it seems.
Tika's a very different cross.
Wrong girl. Dang my brain.
No, it's fine. It's funny. It's like this guy's well-meaning, but he keeps saying people's names.
See, the endearing character trait is totally on purpose. Yes. Tuki.
Yes, well, I have run into hunter snares many times.
Ah, well, you let us know if you see anything out of order.
That I shall, and I'll use the key to open the door.
All right. The door swings open, sort of swings inward toward you as you pull on it, and you see a narrow corridor, no light in it, thank you, that stretches for a considerable distance ahead of you, ending with another door on the far side, and you can just make out the glow of torchlight peeking out from its underside. Peering into this long corridor, you can just make out with the limited light from Boron's torch a few interesting things. You see over the door at the far end a mural of what appears to be an owl, painted in blue, wings flared out wide. The left-hand wall has a different mural, appears to be colored yellow, of a great dragon flying over a field, breathing flames down upon a retreating army. Whereas on the right wall, you see a red mural depicting a forest on fire.
What the...
Well, I suppose I shall lead the way and look for anything that might spring out.
Okay, roll it.
You sure? I can go. I can go as well if you aren't sure.
Okay, 13. You're not
I'm rolling
seeing
really
any...
bad.
Yeah, kind of are. Looking into the room, you're not seeing anything, but then again, part of that could just be that it's really low light. If there's anything untoward in this room, you're not spotting it at the moment.
What do the murals mean anything to any of you?
You can make history or religion checks if you want.
I shall make a religion check.
Roll
I
it.
shall make a history check.
For history. Well, neither one. I'm not
I'm
having
scratching
bonuses
my
either,
head.
so whatever.
None of this shit means anything to you, Ludviek. As for Tuki and Tristain, though the colors are wrong, the depiction of the dragon laying waste to the army brings to mind something you recall about the early history of the neighboring nation of Emira. Supposedly during its founding, its founding event was that a bunch of early departures from the world below back during the days of emergence had found themselves being chased by the green dragon Azada, who laid waste to vast swaths of their number, and they only survived because the blue dragon Thalgrim attacked her and drove her off. But you don't see any depictions of Thalgrim in this mural, and again, the colors are wrong, because Azada was green, but this mural is yellow. So, you're not entirely sure.
Well, I have nothing, so I will just move ahead cautiously. That way it is... If something has to happen because I missed it, then it will not be someone else who suffers for it.
A religion check from Boron, of all people. Interesting. And a decent one at that. All right, Boron.
Unbelievable.
Boron, looking at these three images, like, as a mercenary, you're well-traveled enough to have been exposed to a fair few different, religious or spiritual beliefs and artistic expressions. None of these line up with anything you're familiar with. As far as you can tell, these appear to just be decoration.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
So, can I get a
don't think
marching
they
order,
mean
please?
anything.
Because you're going to have to go single file line in this corridor.
I think I would like to go first, if possible, if anything comes from the front. Unless Tuki is adamant about it.
No, just mobility being one of my stronger suits than being wedged between people.
I shall follow behind whoever is keeping an eye out in front. Be a shield for the rest of you.
All right. So, tanks in front, squishies in back.
Sounds like
Yes.
All right. So, Boron and Ludviek in front, Tuki and Tristain in back. That acceptable?
Yep.
Good.
All right. Forward then. Advancing into the corridor. Oh god, everything has gone to shit.
We went into the wall. Oh no!
All
Big
right.
Bethesda game.
Where's the horse? It should be on the wall as well.
The
By
horse
the way,
just rotates 90 degrees and gives you a look. What?
Boron would like to pass his torch to somebody who has actually a hand free.
I got it.
All right.
Since I'm a thief, I have free item interactions.
Ready?
Or more free, anyway.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Double checking on cantrips. They're just. They
You
don't
can just
affect,
you can just cast those. You can just spam them.
Okay, let me.
You're still gonna need your ring stone and line of sight with the target, according with the rules of the setting. But otherwise, yeah, you can just spam those.
Okay. So I'll just cast dancing light and make the torches obsolete.
Yeah, okay. All right, a bunch of
Not
globules
quite.
of light sort of form up around the silver glow of Luma, filling the chamber. So you have a very
Dancing
nice
lights
glow.
provide only dim lights. That's the problem.
It's still
It
it's still
provides,
it's still better than nothing.
lights up at a
Does?
20-foot radius around
Oh,
the
okay.
orb.
Weird. Okay. I think that was Pathfinder.
Do these lights also have any sound to them? Do they sound like dun 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 dun? Oh, it's blinding lights. Never mind.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. There's just like a faint ethereal magic ringing.
So, is that around just him or all of us?
I mean, you put the dancing light somewhere, don't you?
Well,
Oh, right.
no, they can move.
Oh, they can.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but like you still put it somewhere to start
Yeah,
with.
no, there's just 4 light orbs that are just kind of hanging in the air around us.
Cool.
All right, I tell you what, I will give you a pin that you will be able to control, Tristain.
Whoa,
With-
it's an
and it's-
actual pin.
Yeah, and it's 20 feet, you said?
Mhm.
All right.
Well, let me double check.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh wait. No, Oh, no, 10 feet. I mistook it for another thing where it says it has to be within 20 feet of. They have to be within 20 feet of each other.
Still, you got more light.
Mhm.
So it's not a waste or anything.
Or I could combine them all into one big light that's person-sized.
However you want to do it.
Nah. Just have different small light orbs.
So, as you advance a little further into the room with that light guiding the way, and I'll just move it off to like one side for the moment. It's as you're about halfway through the room, Boron. Your foot comes down on the floor and something just presses into the floor. You've stepped on a pressure plate. And immediately, the door behind you all slams shut. Thank you.
I clicked the wrong one first on accident.
It's okay. And everyone hears the grinding of gears and the sound of stone scraping on stone over your heads.
Fuck.
And looking up, you see that the roof, which is about, I'd say, 15 feet above you, is starting to descend. You're in a bad place, ladies and
Starting to
gentlemen.
run. I'm starting to run.
Alrighty.
Look for the door.
All right, that turn order matters again.
Okay, sorry.
Ah,
No
Alright.
initiative. Okay.
All right, we'll just start it up at the top, keeping Tuki's old roll.
All right. So, and I'm at the back, but can I use second story work to kind of like parkour up high enough to go above and over the two in front of me and run for the door and try and I've already got my tools out because I'm assuming it's locked.
Well, I mean, remind me what second story work does, because I'm not familiar with that feat.
It's a thieves thing where they don't take any like penalty to climbing, I believe.
Make an acrobatics check of 10 or higher for me, and sure, I'll let you use that to easily parkour over these two.
Tuki's basically pulling a Sam Fisher in the hallway.
Kinda, yeah.
Just doing
Damn,
splits.
you are rolling really bad.
I sure am.
Even with advantage, that wouldn't work. So, like, normally, under any other circumstances, that would be easy for you. The problem is the claustrophobic corridor is you just don't quite have enough room to get, like, the leverage you need to make the vertical movement. That being said, Ludviek could theoretically pick you up and throw you. Okay, when you choose this, you gain the ability to climb faster than normal. Climbing no longer costs you extra movement. In addition, when you make a running jump, the distance you cover increases by a number of feet equal to your dexterity modifier. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Just a really claustrophobic space.
Well,
That's why I necessitated the roll in the first place.
the funniest part about this is that you can move through allies.
True.
That is true, generally.
I thought maybe the situation would make it so that was not
This particular situation makes that tricky, yes. In normal circumstances, you can do that. I'm cribbing that here just to make it more
okay.
interesting.
Oh,
Make you guys
I'm
think a
probably the
little more.
largest guy of the whole group.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to
Wow.
squeeze between a very small gap.
It's like trying to fit through a space fit for an earthworm when you're a duck and there's an elephant in the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of this elephant, well, if it's my turn, then if Boron, you said Boron is a dwarf, right?
Half dwarf, but yes.
Half
dwarf.
dwarf.
Either way, you're shorter than me. I'd like to try and pick him up and just move him forward. Just like if I had to, we see that, just like literally grab the guy with my free arms and just be like, hoop, 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 hoop.
What is your strength again, Ludviek?
Let's see again. What the hell? My strength. What?
Oh no.
It's
what
saying it's 10, but it's not.
Your character sheet keeps killing itself.
Yeesh.
Wasn't it like 19?
Yes, it's 19. I'm trying to fix it. Okay,
That
no,
is
it not.
incorrect. It is not 198. I'm sorry.
Okay, there we go. Okay, that is more
Didn't
sense.
realize we were in the presence of a god.
That will put a god to shame.
Okay, no, he's got 19. So like,
Capital
I can
G.
do a strength check.
You don't even have to do a strength check. You just grab me, and if I don't want to break free, you can just move along with me. It's just difficult terrain.
Well, the idea, I'm also just like pick you up on either side of your shoulders, lift up, and go hop, 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 hop
Yeah.
down the corridor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like with a strength of 19, according to the rulings as I understand it, which is like you can like pick up things up to a weight equal to your strength score multiplied by 15. You, Ludviek, can pick up like 285 pounds. So as long as Boron doesn't weigh 285 pounds, yeah, you can do that.
Probably not.
No, not
Yeah,
even
you're
without your
like you're
armor.
dense, but there's only so much of you to go around. So yeah, I'll
Hey.
allow it. Ludviek, you can
Hey, he might be a bit slow, but you can't call him dense.
like densely packed. There is a lot of mass in a small volume.
We just
Only
call
so
that
much of him
thick.
to go around is not what he says to the ladies.
Okay, yeah. So just that's what I want to do. I'll pick up Boron, get him to the door. Roof is coming down. Move.
All right. All right.
To which is like, open door.
All right. Problem, Boron, you didn't bring your torch with you. And Ludviek,
Yeah, but
you
I
have
can see. I can
yeah.
see in the dark.
Yeah. And Ludviek, you have night vision, so you pick this out. You had seen only like the little horizontal stripe of light peeking out from under the door as you'd been coming forward, but now that you're closer to the door, you make out the details. It's purely made of stone. There's not a handle. It's just a slab of stone.
Is there enough of a gap underneath to, lift? Get a grip?
Your fingers are large. I mean, you could try, but it probably wouldn't work.
All right, what would I roll?
It would, I would guess a strength
my-
check.
Okay.
My war axe
Important
has.
question.
Okay.
1 second, Boron, you were saying something?
Yeah, my war axe has a pick on the end. I'll try and hook that under the lap and try to get
Fulcrum. Using it as a fulcrum for a lever.
Okay.
whatever that is. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You're using the head of the head as a pivot point and the pick as a piston as a lever.
More
Okay.
or less. Yes.
All right. So yeah. So that will still be the strength check from Ludviek, but with advantage because Boron is helping you. Natural 20. Regrettably, natural 20s are not automatic successes in D&D 5th edition.
Mm-hmm.
Still, it's a very good roll. So you hook your fingers under the door, and with Boron's help, you start trying to lift it, and like you can like feel it giving a bit. Like this is a door, but it like lifts. It's heavy. It's thick as hell, and it seems there are mechanisms actively resisting an effort to lift it in such a manner. So.
To which then he probably just shouts, "It's like, oh, he's another puzzle, another trap."
I would like you to, since you're right up there at the door, to make a perception check for me, Ludviek and Boron.
Okay.
Man.
Perception.
Percepzione.
Oh no.
All right, Ludviek misses. Boron
miss
misses. Okay. Okay, so that was kind of both of your turns. Tristan, you're up next.
All right, so okay, sweet. He's just gonna push past the sickly bird and run up behind Ludviek, and so it's visible under the door, right?
You can see the light of a torch under the door, yes.
Okay, so, and with them, I'm assuming still actively lifting the door, how much can be seen under the door?
Just a little bit more stone floor. They've only lifted it like a couple of inches.
So, is there enough of a visibility gap to just misty step under the door?
Couple of inches.
He's working into some very tight space rogue BS. Okay.
From this angle, no.
Nah.
Frick.
Okay. In that case, I'll just also roll perception.
Yep, I was about to prompt you for that.
I just wanted to see if that would work.
It was a good shot, but not quite. 13. You get it.
Yippee!
The DC was 10. So, up. sort of bringing your dancing lights forward a little bit. You cast your eyes about, and you spot, there's like in the wall to the right, sort of almost hidden like in the corner, there's a little slot, maybe a foot by a foot by a foot, and you see what appears to be like a little bowl-shaped indent on the bottom of that little recess, and a rusted iron spike rising up out of it. You notice
Pass
that?
this information along.
You notice that and relay that information, ending your turn. Environmental turn. The roof descends another 5 feet. You have 2 rounds left to figure this out, or you all get crushed. Tuki, you're up.
Ouch.
I feel like we should probably get somewhat more dramatic music for this sequence, for those who are
Oh
listening.
no.
This is the perfect time for the alert theme from MSG.
How do you keep doing that?
I have a soundboard.
Ah,
Yeah, Discord has a built-in soundboard.
I mean, I know there's a soundboard, but you're using sounds I don't have.
That's because I'm in servers that have sounds.
I can't use things from servers unless it's in that server.
yeah,
You don't have
you have to have
Nitro, huh?
Nitro for that.
I don't have Nitro. I spend my money on things that are useful.
Oh yeah.
Okay, enough of that. Stop.
Okay.
Well, hey, look at the bright side. Even if you don't have Nitro, at least you'll have this in case we fail.
Tuki, what are you up to?
I would like to examine the bowl-shaped divot and spike. See if I can figure out what we're supposed to do.
All right, I'll allow you kind of come forward, like everyone likes, sort of like presses to the walls and shuffles a bit, letting you move forward to get to that point, unless, of course, anyone has any objections.
No.
Done.
All right, then I will just boop, boop, and boop, boop. Make your way forward to the front there, Tuki, and you examine it. I mean, there's not really a whole lot else to say about it. It's like a bowl-shaped recess. There's that iron spike, sort of rusted, rising up out of it. You can make a perception check or investigation, your pick, to see if you can pick out any other finer details. 25. You notice a couple of little slots, like little holes, like drainage holes at the base of the spike.
Oh fuck.
And sort of paying closer attention with the torch that was passed to you, you can just make out, with that high roll, the vestigial, not entirely cleaned off stains of old blood on the bowl and the spike.
I will take my hand and slam it down on the spike.
Oof!
No, not you.
Okay. So.
Ouch. Okay.
Nothing happens. You just get rust in your blood now.
So you take
Tetanus.
7 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts as you bring your hand down onto the spike, and it like pierces through the slightly wrinkled black flesh of your avian hand, punctures up through the top. You involuntarily let out a shriek of pain. Blood dribbles out from the wound and dribbles down into the grating, and as it does, you hear a few drops, and then the stone door in front of you begins to rise.
Cunning action to duck and roll through it.
Fair enough. So, now let me just do that and reveal the way forward. So you duck forward, nursing, cradling your horribly bleeding hand now, ending your turn. Everyone else, you're up.
All right. I would immediately move to Tuki's side and probably chastise her. Oh, you silly bud! Why do you go and hurt yourself right away? You know that's a very brave, but don't do something so reckless next time. And I would use let's see, what are the options? What's that one do again? Right. Shit. It is.
Lay
You know
on
what?
hands.
I don't know. That's the thing. Hang on. Let me just.
Lay on
quickly
hands
check.
can restore hit points. Yes.
Yeah, it can. But with how much? Yeah, you know what? With how much there is lay on hands, and that's a pool to draw from. I'm just going to use a spell slot and use Cure Wounds since there's
Right.
already that much damage.
All right. I will also remind you. I forgot to bring this up when we were doing your sheet. Will. Everyone who has magic does get 1 extra spell slot per spell level to compensate for all the limitations on spell casting in the setting. So don't tick off
okay.
a spell slot here. So go ahead and roll the
Okay.
Cure Wounds healing.
Yeah, that would be clicking this. No? Okay, clicking
Nope.
this.
It's
Oh,
1d8
yeah,
plus
yeah.
your spell casting modifier.
Yeah, that, right?
Nice.
There you go. So yeah, just full healing. Tuki, you're as you're sort of cradling your hand and Ludviek lightly chastises you, he pulls out his ring stone, takes your hand in his. It's very warm, very fuzzy and fluffy. He speaks out a few words in the language of magic, and as he does, that silver glow passes from his ring stone through his arm and into your hand. There's a very uncomfortable itching sensation as your skin and bones start to stitch themselves back together in rapid sensation. Like it's like itching to the point of painful, but you're able to like tough through it. and- Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Are you
He could
okay?
probably sit. Jeez, man. You see, tight corridors. He's allergic to cats. Told you.
But yeah.
He'd probably say the classic Vita Mortis Calio.
Something. And it's like a programming language. You're providing instructions on what you want the magic to do. It's like, okay, I need these bones to be restored and this flesh to be stitched back together and blood to flow through to make it all work properly, or something like that.
Oh well, that's just the old D&D advanced language. That was okay.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm showing my age. Fuck.
Yeah. So you do that, and Tuki, like, you feel decidedly hungry now, as your body had to draw on its own resources to close that wound up, but not so much that it'll cause any penalties. It's just a roleplay thing, and otherwise you are now fine.
I will say in Raithari, thank you. I'm sorry, I'm a little impatient. It's something I can't help.
Well, next time when something like that happens, you let me take the hit. I'm a much sturdier guy.
I like how you're not even surprised that she knows how to talk your language.
I've seen crazier things. After all, I know how to speak other language, and would it be so crazy if a cat learns how to speak like bird, and a bird learns to speak like cat? It's another day.
Okay. All right, and Boron and Tristan. Just running through, I guess.
Yeah, I want to get out of that corridor.
All right, you do so.
I'm
That's-
probably very easy to move.
Yeah, probably. You do have hollow bones. Lightweight. All right, so you quickly charge through the open doorway as it slides open, and once you're on the other side, it slams shut again. Tristan, you lose line of sight on your dancing lights. And you hear and you hear the stone grinding back up as the trap resets.
Anyway, the dancing lights just reappear.
Right, okay, yeah.
Infinite casting.
Right. Well, just assume then that you can just kind of see in the general area around you then for ease of use. So, you take a second to catch your breath, and as you do, you spot the torch at the end of this hallway. But you also see that on the right-hand side of the corridor, the eastern side, it bends around north.
Suspicious.
Nobody else was hurt back there, were you?
Only
He says
my
that to
feeling.
Tristan and Boron. Tristain and Boron.
Only my feelings.
Ah, good. We'll try to limit the scrapes and bruises then.
Onward.
Onwards and upwards.
All right.
I guess same position as before, same order.
Okay, then I need to go in front. Squeeze.
My roll 20 is totally frozen.
Oh,
Refresh
no.
it.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes.
Yep.
Anyway, so rounding the bend with the dancing lights and torch fire to sort of light your path, the corridor goes up ahead a little bit. You see a door on the left-hand side, but it also heads off to the right. Or like there's a door on the right-hand side and it extends off to the left, excuse me.
Wait. Door on the right extends to the left. Ah, right.
My mistake. I
Corridor.
got my
Oh,
left and right
okay.
mixed up because I'm an idiot.
Okay. That's happens.
I'm gonna make
I got
this-
the same thing with east and west.
That's right. It's left, not left. Where you write it, because you're right. Where you left it, it's left, right, right, left.
I'm gonna turn off the
I-
light aura for the moment because I don't really need it and it's making it harder to see what's what.
I slowly ascend the corridor
All right.
to this point.
All right. Once you reach that point, the door is to your right, off to your left. The corridor opens up into what appears to be a larger room. You see another table with another sheet of parchment on it, lit by more torches.
Getting suspicious. I'm taking a look at the ceiling to see if there's any kind of stuff
All right.
going on there.
Perception check.
Perception.
Nah.
Roof's kind of high and kind of dark. Can't really see anything, but it just looks like a normal roof.
All right.
Ludviek, your night vision helps you. It's just a regular roof. There's nothing untoward up there. It's just support beams and arches.
This madman who caught us here, making us jump at shadows now.
Hi. That's my fault.
Well, shall we see what's on the desk?
Right. I stand guard at the door here.
All right. So, picking up the second note, it reads as follows. Did you enjoy the first real challenge? Did you find my decorations to be amusing? Or were they perhaps a distraction? A red herring to draw your attention away from the other red that was to be your solution? Perhaps now you'll have a better grasp of the game that lays ahead of you. Oh, how I do hope you screamed when you impaled yourself. How I hope the blood ran red and deep and stained your quivering flesh. How I hope you realized the spike was rusted, and now you surely have nasty things developing in your blood. Nasty, nasty things that wiggle and squirm and make you ill. You'd best get out of this place swiftly, lest the rust rot slaughter you from within. Unless, of course, you want to entertain me. But please do not submit, not yet. The game has only just begun, and early surrender is so pitifully boring. So please, I welcome you. Fight on, resist, spit upon my words, and curse the name you do not know. The more to make my body shiver with delight. Run along now, little kittens, and do take the cheese. Another gift from me to you, but this one you will surely need.
So I assume she was reading that out loud.
Yeah.
I was like,
In that exact voice.
okay.
Wow.
Yeah, because Kraven can just mimic voices, so that's just, you're just assuming that's the voice of the dipshit here.
All right. I'd like to do a medicine check on her. Does she show any? I mean, can I check to see if the note is true and she is got rust rot.
Medicine check. Roll it. Well, rust rot, or I believe it's not tinnitus. What is it? What is it called when you cut yourself with something rusty? It's not tinnitus. Tetanus.
No, tetanus. Yeah, tetanus.
Yeah. I don't know enough about tetanus to know if this is accurate, but if Tuki has caught tetanus, it hasn't started to set in yet. I probably should have researched tetanus before I put that there.
Tetanus, having had shots for it before, which hurt like hell, by the way. No, it's a over time sort of thing. It's not going to be immediate.
Right.
But
So-
it is going to be. I believe it's neurological, actually.
Mm.
I think. Of course, I'm forgetting. No, wait, that's rabies. It's neurological.
Yeah. Rabies
Anyway,
is just bad in all ways.
Yeah.
Paladin can cure disease, so that's
Yeah. Dang. The thing is, though, is that I could. Okay. Ludviek says is like, how do you feel? Do you feel ill at all, or is he just trying to play mind games?
I always feel ill.
Well, if you feel any more ill at all, you let me know. I will help you.
But until then, this just may be another one of his tricks. Speaking of which, what's this gift he speaks of?
You said cheese. It was on the note.
Yeah, is there anything, like, is this just a table or is it another desk?
It's a regular table, but you do see a little, like, a small little chest in the... Yeah, over there.
Well, let's go see if it's actually cheese.
Right?
And I would prefer to inspect for traps again.
Yep, roll it. I've made you all paranoid already. I love this. Alright, the chest does not appear to be trapped or locked.
Just open it up then.
Yep, opening it up, you find what appears to be just a roll of bandages and a wedge of cheese. Surprisingly new cheese. Like, this was put here probably shortly before you woke up.
Well, if anybody would like it,
Can I do a medicine check on the bandages and cheese again?
Roll it.
I'm the doctor, the poison tester at this point.
Ludviek the Doctor.
In my entire D&D career, I have never seen combined as many medicine checks as in this adventure yet.
It looks like bandages and cheese.
Okay.
I will just,
The note said you'd probably
Right.
need it.
I'll just wrap up the bandage, or take the bandages and put them in my medical kit.
Okay, yep. So your healing kit will get an additional use.
And someone needs to hold on to the cheese. Someone trustworthy. And
No, I
yet-
can take cheese. I can hold on to cheese. I don't like cheese anyway.
I thought you were a carnivore. You can't even eat it.
Exactly. Don't worry. We'll eat it. It'll be emergency ration for one of you if need be.
Suppose that would be the smart choice now, wouldn't it?
All right. So, Ludviek, you acquired cheese.
Pretty sure that's a power up in Blinding of Isaac.
Never played it.
What?
Yeah. Everything's a power up. Alright, so I guess we Boron, you find anything with door?
I was listening at the door when the others were in the other room, but and I looked at it, but
Alright,
I didn't
well-
open it yet.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you're listening at it and inspecting it, make a perception for me. Seems like just a regular door. Reinforced, but not locked. Not that you can tell, at least.
All right, I'll open.
All right, you open up the door. It lets out an ominous creak, and you are greeted to the thank you, and and you are greeted to the side. That's the TARDIS door sound. I just realized.
Yes.
I didn't quite clock that until just now. I digress. So, opening up the door, what little torchlight there is from the room you're in sort of spills in enough to give you an idea of what you're looking at. You see a corridor that extends forward some distance. Off to the northern side, you see barred doors, like the doorways to cells, leading into cells. The corridor proceeds forward, and, well, a light kind of cuts off before you can see where it goes from there. But it's a wider room. That's here. Tetanus symptoms. Ouch. Yeah, tetanus. That's bad.
Jeez, your muscles basically go tout everywhere. That sucks.
Ouch.
Yeah. It's like lockjaw, but everything.
Ooh.
All right, I will turn back on the torchlight on Tuki because Tuki was the one who was holding the torch last.
Right. In the light of the torch, I slowly enter the room.
Yep. With torchlight giving you some help, you start to pick out more details. The light sort of filters between the gaps of the cells off to your left, letting you see old bedrolls and the bones of long-decayed skeletons curled up. You see the occasional hole in the wall as you advance deeper into the room, someone fused with someone else, who, where, what, why, and how. Ludviek possessed Tuki.
That must have been a terrible experience.
No, just
Probably.
put boards on shoulders.
Makes sense.
But yes, proceeding further, light of your torch shows you that this long corridor, what seems to be almost like a cell block in a dungeon, reaches a stone pillar supporting the vaulted roof before curving down towards the south.
I keep watch about the skeletons, so they don't rise, but
I will assure you, you generally don't have to worry about undead when in the Pale Ring setting. It's extremely difficult to make undead function.
Generally, though, is the operative word here.
Put it to you this way, you're gonna need a really high-level necromancer to make a single zombie. It's an obnoxiously complicated process.
okay.
I remember you had a whole video.
I had a whole fucking short story that existed exclusively to tell my audience, hey, there aren't undead. They don't work. It takes like 4,000 paragraphs of ringstone dust carved into a body just to make it obey commands. It's not a feasible thing.
Right.
All right. So, the light of your torch and dancing lights continues to illuminate the way south. More cells, now on both sides of the corridor, greet you as you continue your passage.
I'd say as we pass each of these rooms, Ludviek just peers into each one just to see if he notices anything out of order on any of them. I guess I'd roll perception then?
Yeah, sure, roll it.
All right. Rolling.
What are these holes in the walls?
With a perception of 16, Ludviek, remind me what you were looking for? My brain just farted.
Looking into the cells, where each of these cots are as we pass by them, just to see, is there anything off? Like, do I notice anything glinting? Is there just maybe one is missing a cot? I don't know.
I mean, you see, for one thing, all of these cell doors appear to be unlocked now.
Well,
Like, several of them are just standing wide open. You see more of those holes in the walls. All of them are at, like, floor level.
very strange. Doors seem to be unlocked, or even open. But if true, why are there so many skeletons in them? Why are they dead?
The doors could have been opened after they died.
Well, why would somebody do that? It makes no sense. It's very peculiar. Very, very peculiar.
Well, I think we are either meant to investigate them, or we're meant to look like we're to investigate them.
Probably, as you say, red herring.
Hmm.
Never had herring. Hear it good, though.
I think that Boron is correct. I'm more concerned about the holes in the walls.
Yeah. So you said the holes in the walls were from the pillar or from the sections where there are
they're
not
in the
cells?
they largely appear to be in the cells.
Oh. So each cell has holes in the wall.
Not every cell, but a lot of them.
How big are those holes?
Like I'd say, it varies, but they're usually like about 1 to 3 feet in width and height. Kind of varies.
Okay,
Oh.
so a person or someone could crawl through, basically.
Maybe
With
not
1
any
foot.
of you. Like a kobold might be able to, but it would be a tight squeeze.
Something more like cubby holes or something. Yeah, I have an idea of what to do, but somebody else can take a turn or whatnot.
Oh, are you just continuing to follow the corridor for the time being?
I'd say, since I'm passing this one right here, just is this door open and whatnot? Does it have a hole inside that cell as well?
Yes, that particular cell is open, and there is a hole in that particular room. Yes.
I guess with his night vision, he would just enter the room and try to peer through one of the holes and saying,
Right.
"What is with these holes in these rooms?"
Right, you kneel in front of the hole, you peer into it. Make a perception check for me, if you would.
Yes. Oh, come on. Open up. There we go. And roll. Ouch.
7. It's a hole in rock. You're not necessarily the most adept at studying this kind of thing. You're more used to natural environments. You spend a lot of your time in the wilds.
Yeah.
So this is
Do not
strange
see
to
anything
you.
strange about these holes. But then again, more used to wilds and not masonry.
Well, excuse me. I happen to be an expert dungeon delver. Absolutely, definitely. That is something true he is saying. Allow me to take a look.
By all means, friend, please. illuminate
Great
the
and
situation.
powerful Tristan.
It would be very funny if he succeeds.
It would be. Let's see if you do. Roll it.
All right, dice. You know, I have the power of comedy.
Go.
Nope.
Oh, no, that's even funnier, actually. Thank you.
So you kneel in front of the hole, you look at it, you squint at it, you cast some dancing lights to study it. You reach into your pack and you pull out a little notebook. You doodle a couple of things, and you completely lose track of what you're doing. And you're just wasting your time looking vaguely intelligent.
But then he suddenly remembers, and he licks the wall to look like he's doing something because he's buying time.
What are you
it-
making wall
it-
for?
Roll me a
You need
d8,
to
please.
be one with this. You need to be one with the stone.
That's a dwarf.
roll
Roll
a
a d8. 1. Okay, so in the relatively low light, you didn't quite notice that there was a spider there. So you lick the very unpleasant tasting dust and spider web encrusted stone wall, and a spider winds up in your mouth, and it bites your tongue, and it's very unpleasant. It doesn't do any damage, but your tongue is now slightly swollen and stingy and in pain, and it tastes bad.
Are you all right, wizard? I told you, licking walls, not a very good idea.
I've learned one thing.
And what is that?
We're not the only living creatures in this foul dungeon.
From
Is it
licking
not-
wall, you found that out.
Yes.
You are a very peculiar man.
Talented.
Now, excuse me while I drink from my water pack, and I'm going to go get some actual water. 1 second.
Okay. I'm gonna drink
Probably
some
should update-
water.
Probably should update that. He should be 18 out of 19 now.
No, he didn't take any damage.
Oh, no damage. Okay, I thought he took damage from that spider. Like, just bite his tongue.
Yeah, a tiny spider less than an inch across deals 1d8 damage. That makes sense.
Hey, man. Look, ask an Australian that and see what they think.
Honestly, the d8 was more a vibe check.
Okay.
It was just a roll to see what it inspired in me.
Okay.
I do that a lot, where I'll just prompt random dice rolls, not knowing what's gonna happen, and then I just see what I feel inspired to do based on the result.
Okay. I thought he was rolling for damage, to which I'm just like, oh, cool. He's gonna get
No,
food poisoning.
no.
Licks a wall.
Licks a wall.
It's a dead spider. Stop licking the damn thing.
That's right, Gale. Baldur's Gate 3. Stop licking the damn thing.
Is Tristan's back or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Oh wait, is he back?
No,
No?
I don't think so.
I'm just saying I have about 1 more hour I could play.
That's fine. I was figuring this would probably wind up being like a multi-session thing anyway. It's a chunky dungeon.
Well, it's
I'm
pretty
fine
cool.
with chunks.
Yeah, we can run it again same time next week if all's good.
Sounds good to me.
Good to me.
All right. So I'm just gonna
Okay.
move the group further through the room just to save some time. All right. So you advance further, sort of casting your eyes about and watching Tristan continue to sort of like retch and spit a bunch as he takes his drinks of water.
Tuki
What did I miss?
disappears.
We're just going
you
down
ma-
the corridor as you read.
Yep, you missed the group just heading further into the corridor, and also the declaration that we have maybe about an hour to play before before Boron's got to bounce. So this is probably going to be a multi-session thing
Okay.
because you guys are less than halfway through. This is a chunky dungeon. There's a lot going on in here. I spent a lot of time on it.
Also, you kind of made us paranoid, so we're kind of.
You are taking your sweet time. Yes, I'm loving it.
Well, see, I
That's cool.
actually had to go leave to get water.
It's fine. I know.
So-
You said so.
Oh
Wait,
no,
anyways.
no. Yeah, we're not.
Wait, so you're saying you're now paranoid because of we're not the only big things in this dungeon?
Well, just everything leading up to it.
Yeah, I've hit you guys with a lot in rapid succession.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Look,
I definitely.
look at the bright.
helps.
All right, so
Yeah, as we're moving down, Ludviek goes up behind him and slaps his back to clear his coughing. He says, "Don't worry, Tristan. If we ever need things licked again, we'll come to you. After all, maybe you could tell us how sign tastes with words. I hear they call that flavor text."
Who gave him vicious mockery?
Ludviek, there's something I wish to tell you. If we ever encounter a room and one of us must stay behind, my vote is on you.
Yes, my vote would be on me too.
And I'm glad that we are of the same mind in at least one aspect.
Ludviek, I hope you realize I've added something to your token.
What?
No, actually, I can't tell.
Yeah, there's a third circle, a second darker red one on everyone's tokens, and when you click on it to get like your HP and armor class and whatnot, you have a 1 in my annoyance counter.
Ouch.
So I'm just gonna start keeping track of how many times you annoy me now.
Wait, you keep a notebook too? Jeez.
Anyway, so as you approach the southernmost end of this corridor, you find 2 great statues flanking the doorway, depicting armored men with the heads of rats instead of the heads of people. Their mangy mouths are wide open, revealing gnarled teeth, Curiously, each of them is missing one fang. The door appears to be another stone sliding door, so powering through, picking a lock, or lifting it are not likely to work. You can try, but you're probably not going to get very far.
Can I determine if these statues are supposed to wing at somebody? Like, do they have joints or something?
Make an investigation check.
Oh man. Okay. Oh, we just did that. Investigation. No way!
17! You study these statues and determine that, no, these statues are not capable of moving. They have no joints, they are just solid, chiseled blocks of stone. The only place that looks like they could move is or not move, but the only place that looks like there's any kind of like, just slot or anything like that is with the missing fangs in the mouths. One of them is missing its left fang, the other is missing its right fang.
How big were the fangs? Like, how big do they look like they'd be?
Yeah, like an inch or two. Like, the statues are magnificently made, but they're like normal person sized. Maybe a little shorter, frankly.
Maybe in one of these holes?
I am going to check something, and if this works, this is going to be really funny. If
What are you
not, I
thinking?
just won't say. Oh, well, let me read something first.
Do we have to give them the cheese?
Hmm.
I don't think statues eat cheese.
Rats do.
I mean, do all of us see what he sees about these statues?
Yeah, it's easy enough.
They'll point it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're all aware of it.
Missing fangs. Would assume puzzle maybe find missing fangs? Or maybe replace or something with fangs?
Well, if you think we should
Are these
start-
magical or mechanical?
There doesn't appear to be any magical element here. Like, magic is pretty obvious to see because there's always a silver glow, and if it's something's enchanted, there are always glowing runes engraved in it.
Oh,
So, yeah. So, there doesn't appear to be any magic here. Whatever's going on, it's all clockwork and gears.
going to investigate the actual like spots the fangs go in real quick.
All right, the slots. Roll it.
Yep.
All right.
I'm not like you're like it's easy enough to tell that like these are like slots that something could slide into. Like there's some intricacies and elaborateness to it, but like the light's low enough. You're still dealing with the aftertaste of bad spider and dusty wall. You're not able to like pick out like the finer points.
Looks like that, similar to puzzle you probably had in your room, eh, Tristan?
Yes, though it seems to be a little bit different. I have an idea, though.
What is idea?
Can I cast Prestidigitation to create a physical, non-magical trinket that I can hold up to the thing and try to fill the space inside of the fang hole?
Is that what Prestidigitation does?
Prestidigitation does say that I can summon a non-magical physical trinket for 1 minute as one of its effects. Or up to 3.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, prestidigitation is like insane the amount of stuff you can do with it.
I mean, you can try. I'll allow you to make the attempt. Okay, to try and get it to match, this would be, I'd say, just a general intelligence check.
Okay.
General intelligence.
Okay, 14. So, you manifest One of the is something that feels like it could fit into the slot. It's the right size. It's not particularly large, but it feels like it could fit in there pretty well. You slot it in.
Are you asking if I do?
Yes, I'm asking.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the start of a sentence. Yes.
All right. You slot it in, and while like it's the right dimensions to fit into the hole, it doesn't seem to be clicking into place. The shape you created, you must have missed something.
Okay.
It seems to be like a key type situation where it needs to be very precise. If you had rolled higher on that intelligence check, it is possible you could have gotten it. Like if you had gotten like I won't tell you how high, but if you had gotten higher, there's a chance you would have gotten it. That was a good idea. I applaud you for that, but it was tricky to pull off. It's like guessing it's like trying to figure out the exact like shape of a key just by looking at the keyhole.
Yeah, you
Not
gotta do that by
impossible,
feel.
but tricky.
Yeah, you just gotta do it by feel.
Oh well.
Or if it's something by master lock, you just hit it right. Don't ask how I know. Anyway,
No, you can unlock this master lock by hitting it with another master lock.
We call that bludgeoning damage. Anyway.
Boron goes
well.
into the next cell that has a hole or a clutter or something in it and starts searching.
All right. When it comes to a hole, the three closest ones are this one, and this one.
how high is the roof?
It's like 15 feet high. You got, or 10 feet rather. You got some head space.
All right, but
Well,
do you want me to roll perception, or is it just like every other roof, nothing out of the ordinary there?
It's just an ordinary roof. I won't have you waste time on that.
All right.
It looks like this is just a dungeon block that was repurposed.
Okay. Thoughts there, Tuki? Your eyes spot anything of interest?
I suppose I could look around. I don't really know what else to do besides looking for possible teeth if you don't think the cheese will help.
yeah.
Yes, I think we're looking for teeth. Unless. What if. Okay, you said the nearest hole was, right there, right?
That's the closest one to you, at least.
Yeah, alright.
Boron.
What if I just placed the cheese on the square in front of the hole? So, like, it's not in the hole, but outside of the hole.
You can try. You'd need to get it from Tuki.
No,
Wait, I thought I had it.
Ludviek got the cheese.
Oh, right. Yes, my mistake. Okay, yeah, you can try that.
Alright. Yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll exit the room and just, like, look around the corner into it.
All right. You set down the cheese, you step out of the room, sort of step to one side of the door and peek in. And after a few seconds, and you see a giant rat poke its head out of the hole in the wall. It sniffs at the cheese for a second, looks up at the rest of you, just like, you have a torch going, it kind of can't miss you. And the second it sees you, its mouth opens really wide, and it just starts, like, letting out this really loud, like, squeaky shriek. It's not super loud, except to Ludviek, who has a more sensitive sense of hearing, and it is painful.
I roll to throw a javelin in it.
All right. In that case, I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Hooray!
Where's initiative again? No, that's
So if you click on your token, then click initiative, it'll roll and add your. Wow, that's pathetic. It'll roll and just automatically add you to the order.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not
not a
seeing
good roll.
initiative.
It's
okay.
central
That's
column
on
at
your
the top. Yeah, there you go.
The column at the top, the 24.
No.
No, that's my hit points.
Above hit points.
There's nothing above hit points for me. There's just this.
Well,
There should be
speed.
armor class, initiative, speed.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said the token on the game board. Okay.
Yeah, you
All
click
right.
your token, and then you click on initiative in your
There
character
we
sheet.
go. There we go. There we go. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm now going to go through and, just for the sake of ease, because that rat is not the only one. With that shriek, a whole bunch answer the call.
Who would have guessed?
Alrighty. Now give me a second here so I can do their rolls. Where's the sheets for these feckin' things? Here we go. Will this work? I do not know. I'm not 100% sure how this shit works. There's no initiative button on this thing. Whatever. Okay, we'll just add a turn, add turn. Add turn, add turn, add turn, add turn. There's a bunch of these things. And add turn. We'll get rid of the environmental turn because we don't need it. Alright, we'll do all of the regular giant rats first. There's 7 of them.
Probably diorite or something.
Okay.
48 in initiative. Yay.
Yeah, that was just me rolling all their dice at once for the sake of ease.
No, there's just one rat that we gotta watch out for that's got 48 initiative. Oh no, it's that rat from Hades!
Oh no.
Vermin King.
Okay, what else am I missing here? Oh, this one. And this one is that. And now for the diseased giant rat.
The oh no, it's got a special name.
22 for the
Guys.
diseased one.
The boss bar. I can see it up in the top of my vision.
Alrighty. So then, the turn order is set. So the diseased giant rat goes first. It comes scrambling out
all
of its
rats.
hole. It comes scampering out with its movement action and comes up to you, Tristan, because you are the first person it sees.
Oh no.
And it is going to attempt to bite you. So what did it roll? It rolled an 8. I doubt that hits your armor class. Your armor class is 11, so no, it doesn't. So this diseased giant rat comes scampering out of a nearby cell to you, Tristan. You turn to it and bring your foot up as it chomps toward your ankle. And you take a step back and it just bristles, wags its tail at you. And since you can see it and it's in torchlight, I'll just let you have this, no roll needed. You see just embedded in its face and surgically sewn in with swollen, puffy flesh all around it. You see the stone fangs for the statue right next to you.
Disgusting.
Very. Now then. So, next rat. Which one is this? Is this one? The one that, Ludviek was, Alright, Ludviek, make your attack roll for this particular giant rat, if you would. Just so we can, that was what opened the combat.
Oh yeah, sure. Hang on.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot that for a sec.
So to roll attack, I just click the item itself, and then damage is the one on the right.
Yeah, you click the attack in your attack column. So that is a 22 to hit. That will definitely hit, so go ahead and just roll your damage. 10 piercing. Okay, that rat's dead.
Shishkaret.
So you as the combat is starting, you lean back with your javelin, toss it at the giant rat, and the javelin punctures through the front of its skull and just kind of divides its body in half. So it just kind of just scatters, and there's a lot of red, and it's very gnarly. So that rat is dead as a doornail.
Ludviek goes, ha ha! We have lunch for later.
I don't know if you want to eat these. Anyway, so that marked the
Tuki
start of
eggs.
things. Then the diseased giant rat showed up. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to remind myself the movement speed of these fuckers. It is 30 feet. Okay. So, Alright, so that one is going to come running down here. Sort of coming to a stop just at the edge of the firelight and just sort of hissing. Next up is Tuki. You're up.
Go.
Alright, gonna go down, and since I have flanking, I'm
Yep.
gonna sneak attack the diseased one.
Yep. Advantage attack roll.
Come on.
A 17 will definitely hit. Its armor class is 12.
Awesome.
Ouch.
So provide damage. All right, 5
So
damage.
that's 12. 12
Five-
total.
12 total. Yeah, it dies pretty quick. They're rats. So you see this diseased giant rat with the fangs, and your like avian instincts kick, and you're like, breakfast, and you stab it with your rapier, and it just like, and you like lift it up on the edge of your rapier for a second, like a marshmallow. It's like, neat. Drop it back down on the ground.
Alright, fast hands to bonus action, yank the tooth out.
All right. You read. Okay. Yep. Go ahead. That'll be a sleight of hand then.
Okay.
25. Yeah. So you reach down. So you sort of set your rapier down, reach in, grab the two things, and rip them out. It's very unpleasant, and a putrid stench comes up. And you think you're lucky stars that as a Kraven, your sense of smell is awful. Tristan, on the other hand, your senses are just getting bombarded with unpleasant things, and you're now fighting the urge to retch.
Look, I may be only 5 feet away, but I'm pretty sure it's also bad for me too.
Oh yeah, it's awful.
See,
Boron.
I'm pretty sure even Boron can smell this.
Yeah, Boron, you're up.
Okay. Do you need to take a step to attack this rat?
I'll
Or-
allow diagonals.
All right. Then Boron is gonna attack the rat in front of him.
Go for it.
Tip, 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 tip. Where is my weapon? There it is. Ooh.
Oh yeah,
24.
24. Fucking hell. Okay.
10 slashing damage.
Yep. So you see this giant rat scrabbling out of the hole in front of you in response to that shriek you heard a second ago. It leaps at your face, and you just rise from your position where you'd sort of been crouched on the floor, rummaging through the debris looking for stuff, and bring your axe up and just an upward rising swoop and the rat just parts and passes you like the Red Sea, which is fitting considering the fact a bunch of blood splatters against your chest plate as its divided remains go sailing past you.
Anyway, I'm not yet done. I'm going 1. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's banging his axe on his shield. Get some!
Okay. I believe that is your turn then.
Yeah, that's mine.
All right, Ludviek, you are up.
So are these doors in the middle? How do they work? Are they just? I'm asking about the doors on either side of these things, like these ones here, this one here, this one here. Are they directly in the middle? So if I'm standing here, do I see that rat, or is it around this tiny lip of a corner here?
You can kind of see the rat, but because it does have part of that wall and that barred door in front of it, I'd say it would have half cover. So there would be it would have a significant buff to its armor class if you were to throw something at it or try to hit from where you are.
All right. let's see. What's my movement again? 35. So. Okay. Yeah. All right. Ludviek then. Well, actually, I wouldn't know that one is in there, would I? Dang.
Probably not.
Okay.
No.
Oh, all right. Well then, moves up right next to with Boron right here, and yeah, would probably just as he's as Boron was saying, come get on. Wait. Okay, so I have one hand that's free, yeah, because I just threw a javelin. I got to pick those up. So I got 4. I'd say yeah, just with another javelin instead of throwing it, I'll just stab this one.
All right, go for it. Accuracy, attack roll. I'm so used to saying accuracy check from FFD6.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that'll do it. Give me damage. 9. Okay, so Boron declares, "Come get some!" in front of the giant rat, and Ludviek, you're just like, okay. And you go running past him and just skewer the giant rat in the top of the head and pin it to the floor, and it is unhappily dead.
Yeah. To which then, with the javelin still in hand, pulls it up a bit and is just like, "Hey, we did get some."
That's beyond Boron.
All right, now we get 4 giant rats getting to do their shit in a row. So, giant rat is going to charge in toward you, Boron, because not happy that you that his friend is dead, and it's going to take a bite at you. I should probably turn off my 3D dice for the sake of speed. 14. I don't think that hits your armor class.
That is correct, but
Okay.
it does, however, trigger my
Riposte?
riposts.
And that does?
What? This way. Haha.
Bust. When a creature misses you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction and expend 1 superiority die to make a melee weapon attack against the creature. If you hit, okay, yeah, go for it.
Right.
Wait a second. This music,
Rich.
is this Pillars of... Yeah, no, this is Pillars of Eternity. No,
Yep.
Perfect. Perfect music.
A 19.
Yeah, no, that'll hit.
Nice.
To reduce my superiority.
Maybe I should have grabbed something tougher than rats for this bit.
And how can I roll the superiority die?
I mean, you don't really need to. 12 kills it. Anyway.
What? Woo!
They're
man,
rats.
you
I got an 18.
Look, man, you just basically, with the battle axe, just turned this thing into mush.
Much.
Yeah.
I mean, this rat
Okay.
is not half the rat it used to be at this point.
Correct.
Alrighty, well then. Another giant rat. This time is going to come bounding around the corner for you, Ludviek.
Okay.
Oh.
And it will do its thing to try to bite you. 20.
Ooh.
20.
That does hit you.
19, yeah.
Alright, then in that case, it will do its damage. So you take 5 points of piercing damage.
Alright, that goes through anything else, so
Yep.
then I'm down to 19. Okay.
Yep, as this sucker...
you already...
Yep, I already did it. I'm usually on top of that. The giant rat comes rounding the corner, jumps up as you're sort of extracting your javelin. It latches onto the end of your javelin, bringing it down to the ground, and then uses your javelin like a ramp to sprint up as you're sort of surprised, leap at your face, and sink its fangs into your nose. And it is very uncomfortable, very painful. You kind of roar at it, grab it, and throw it back to the ground. But it's a spry little bugger, and it manages to stick the landing, spin around, and just at you in the dark. Its eyes catching the light of Tuki's torch, even from here. This next one is going to come down here and join its friend. And thanks to pack tactics, it is going to get advantage on its attack roll. But it doesn't matter because it rolled 2 nat 1s.
Okay.
So it is going to do much the same thing. It's going to leap at you, and you're like, not this time. And you sort of pitch back, and you basically punch it in the face as it's coming at you. And I'll just subtract a hit point from it as if you punched it.
Nice.
Bad things happen when natural ones occur.
Well, actually, if I do
Claws.
punch it, technically I do have claws, which do a 1d4 on any unarmed attack.
That
Want
is
me to roll a
true.
1d4?
That is true. Okay, yeah, I'll allow that. Just a flat 1d4.
Those.
1d4. Yep, because any unarmed. Okay.
Alrighty, right there.
Use those claws.
All right, the rat is still alive, but it's bloodied now. It's hurt. It's hurt. All right, next giant rat.
Bite me once, shame on you. Bite me twice. Well, you haven't done that yet.
This one's going to come down here, but it's not going to do anything else. All right, Tristan. You're up, wizard man.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Man of impulses.
Fell asleep.
That is what we call a dramatic entrance pause thing. So, what's gonna happen is he's gonna go. There,
Okay.
right by Boron. I forgot to switch the tool. Zoop. And are either of those rats right there visible at all?
Like,
Could be.
you know, like you don't have the dark, like your globules of light are still floating around, so I'll say you can see them. I'll let you do that.
Yeah, 10,
Okay.
10 feet in front of me.
So then,
Even if you can't like see them directly, their eyes are catching the light of Tuki's torch from here, so you can tell where they are.
all right. Tristan rushes forth into the front line of combat and bringing his hand together. His ringstone glows a silvery color as he starts speaking the, I guess, magical programming language, and arcane energies gathering forth between his fingers to fire a fire bolt at that rat that's kind of in front of Boron there.
The injured one.
Yeah.
All right.
Makes sense.
And you rolled a 7 to hit.
Oh, a 7 to hit. That is a
I'm afraid that is bad.
low.
So you've
Wow.
launched this firebolt, and it misses the rat, unfortunately. It's kind of skittering a bunch, so your firebolt briefly illuminates the rats, but just punches into the stone pillar behind it and leaves a little scorch mark.
What?
That's not the right sound effect, but thank you.
It's the only one I got.
Well, then don't. Anyways. So, Tristan, that is your movement and your action. Anything else you want to do, or is that it?
I think that's all I can do.
All right. Tuki, it is to you.
All right. I will move up.
The
And
rat,
then
those two rats are now illuminated.
And I will throw my dagger to attack.
All right, which one? Left or right? You don't currently have
Uh,
line of sight on this one, so only the two in front of you.
That's fine. The not injured one? Would I still get sneak attack for this, I guess, is a good question.
I mean, it's engaged with Ludviek, so I think so?
Yeah. According to the rules, that should suffice, but you don't get advantage on the attack roll.
That's fine. I'm just... It's not loading. I don't know what happened to the sheet. You know what, I'll just do it this way. Proficiency's +2 right now?
I believe so. We're level 3.
Okay, so this should be +6.
That's a 9.
9. You chuck your dagger, and you whiff it. You just kind of see its blade glinting in the torchlight as it goes sailing off into the darkness, and a metal clatter as it hits a cell door, and you kind of curse and whistle tongue in your breath. It's like,
Flex your fingers like, maybe I do have tits.
all right. Boron, my man.
All right.
I'm gonna start deleting the rats that are dead because, well, they're dead. So you can move into the spaces that they're occupying. They're rats. You can stand in the same space when they're dead.
Yeah, these are small creatures, not medium creatures.
Yeah.
Boron is moving into flanking position as an experienced merc, and is gonna attack these rats with advantage.
Nice. 13 will do the trick. Give it a clobber.
What?
7 slashing.
Only. Yeah.
All right. Yep. Rat dead. So
okay.
you kind of go sprinting past that rat that Ludviek punched a second ago, and as it's like shaking its head to try and get its bearings back, you basically like bring your axe down onto the back of its neck, sort of like embedding it on, and as you lift your axe back up, it's squirming with its last vestiges of life. You look at it for a second, and then just like bring your axe into the pillar and divide the rat against the surface with your blade doing all the work. That rat is dead as butt.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You still have a bit of movement, I think. Do you want to use it, or are you staying put?
Actually, I'm gonna stay here.
Okay.
Now.
Ludviek, Lion Man.
I have an idea.
Is it a good idea?
Possibly. Especially with the way the battle is going. I'd like to use Speak with Animals.
What?
And basically shout at the 2 remaining rats to intimidate them. In their own language.
That's a spell, right?
Yeah, it is technically a spell, but it isn't going to use a spell slot because it comes directly from my paladin abilities.
I think it still
Which
costs a
are-
spell slot. You just have it prepared, right?
Oh, it
That's
does
how it
cost?
works. Yep.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep, that's how it
shit.
works.
Okay, but then, if it costs 1, I don't know.
could just
You said
roar.
we're going to do multiple parts. Do you think we actually will have long rests or no?
I mean, that'll ultimately be up to you if you want to risk it, but...
Okay. Well then, okay. At that point, okay. Sorry, that was my misunderstanding of how Speak with Animals works. Then I thought it was just a constant paladin thing. If it costs a spell slot, then forget that. I will just forgo actually being clever and instead be big, dumb, and smashy.
I mean, to be fair, you can still try to intimidate them. It'd just not be about, like, communicating. It would just be, like, roaring at them.
Okay, you know what? Let's just try that. Yeah. I
Okay,
could roll-
I'll allow you
roll
to
it.
try that as a bonus action.
Okay. I'll try the bonus action first then, actually.
right.
Or do I have to do the bonus action after? The
bonus
recharge?
action is you trying to intimidate them, so you can do that, and then you can do other shit afterward if you want. If you do
Alright.
shit before, it might increase your chances of success. If you like do something particularly brutal.
You know what? Okay, let's just okay, I'm just gonna attack the rat right next to me, the one that bit me,
Okay.
and we'll just continue with the javelin that's already coated with one's blood. Okay,
Okay, yeah, that'll fucking do it.
and
Ouch.
All right. So, you sort of like shake your javelin a couple of times to get the remaining blood off, and then you look down at the rat that bit you as it's like bristling and preparing to jump again, and like you just give like a little twitch as it's coming up, and like like the side of the blade of your javelin gets it like in the side. You pin it to that wall next to you. It squirms for a second, and you just like snarl and push, and it just like tiny bones snap and break like twigs, and its blood dribbles and it dies.
all right, and then for my bonus action, I just like to turn to the other one that's right within view, just glare at it and do a roar. Just not an actual skill roar, but just I'm a lion, roar.
Yep.
And I'll
All right, intimidation check. 11. Well, let's see how this rat feels.
Ah,
A wisdom save, 13. It determines that it will not survive if it fights you. And so it's gonna fuck off. It's gonna just and then it is going to run the fuck away on its turn.
good.
Damn. I should have moved. I got an attack of opportunity.
I just didn't want anyone getting bit again.
It's okay.
All right, and with that, the battle is over.
I'll go retrieve my dagger.
You'll take a second to kind of retrieve your expendables.
Excellent job all around.
Anybody hurt?
They took a few little chunk out of me, but I've had worse. Ludviek shakes the blood off the spear javelin he had and goes back to this room, this room, to collect the other spear from the previous dead one. And since it's still shish kebabbed, he basically just leans out and says, "Hey, anybody hungry for a bite of rat?"
No, thank you.
All right, well then
I got-
he'll just literally go, "All right, more for me," and just take a bite out of its belly section.
It's not the best food you've ever had. This rat probably is not in good health, but it's food. It's okay.
Exactly, that's the point. Who knows how long they've been down here? No one's had breakfast.
I got like rations for 10 days.
Yes, but why use ration when you can have fish? Also, not too bad. Probably need some salt.
All right, so combat is over. You have the fangs.
Well, I'm going to go put them into the statues.
All right, they click in easily enough. And when you do, the is aggressively intense for what's going on. The music just suddenly decided, I'm gonna get intense. Just shift us to something else.
That's some opening door.
Yeah, so you slot the fangs in and they fit perfectly, left and right. Once they do, the stone door slides open. And a corridor opens up before you, this one well lit.
Suspicious.
Indeed. There's statues of knights holding their swords pointed toward the ground, flanking the walls, some collapsed piles of rubble.
I'll step in.
All right, Tuki, you step in. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Sounds good.
16. All right, so as you take a step into the room, the floor beneath your feet just another pressure plate, and you hear a from the wall immediately, like beside the door you just stepped through, and you quickly duck just in time to avoid a very broad-headed arrow shooting over your head to then clatter and ding 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 just skitter across the floor over here.
Ouch.
Oh, that is dangerous.
Ludviek shouts, "What was noise?"
Trap.
Just being shot at by, contraptions.
Ah, arrow trap. Classic.
So I think it is time to be a bit more investigative as I'll take a look and see if there's more.
All right, perception check.
Good idea.
I can do perception. I want to do
Whoa.
investigation. That works.
Yeah, perception's good. So, perception 22. You don't see any other signs of any traps in this room. It seems like this was the only one. They're pretty much exclusively as like a gotcha, bitch, jump scare trap. You don't see any others, but you do see sort of just like jutting out from a small nail from the wall on the far end, another sheet of parchment on this wall back here.
Just avoid this particular spot and should be good.
All right.
Don't step there. Got it.
As it is, the trap's already sprung. It won't go off again.
I just wasn't
That's
sure
what
if
you say.
it was like reloadable.
Yeah, look, I've seen the crazy crap people can do, like Minecraft of repeating bow traps, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, but Minecraft physics don't make any sense, so...
Yeah, true. Okay.
I mean,
Dirt
Steve
floats,
can carry
sand
like
doesn't.
several 100,000 cubic tons of gold and not be slowed down in the slightest, all right? You shouldn't be using Minecraft as a measurement of realism.
Well, keep in mind, he's
Oh.
also an absolute Chad. He's broad-shouldered and square-jawed.
He actually can carry infinite weight because you can carry an infinite number of llamas carrying items on leads.
Oh yeah.
And shulker boxes.
Yeah, but shulker
the-
boxes have a limitation.
Still.
Can I roll perception on the statues? Is there anything I could see out of ordinary about them?
I mean, you can try.
I
While
was
you're
also
doing...
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Do that, and then afterward, I'll read off the note that Tuki got to.
Yes,
They are statues.
they are statues.
All right, so Tuki, you get to the next note, you start reading it, and it reads, "Pesky things, rats, but so cute, too, with their little pink noses and scaly little tails and their nasty habit of packing debilitating diseases. You didn't get bit, did you? I can't imagine the rats allowed you to rip the fangs from their faces without a fight. Surely it was a stinky, bloody affair. Good work. You're going to need a bath if you make it out of here alive. Are you growing weary of my japes yet? Well, forgive me, but as you are at my mercy, you'll just have to suffer along with my biting remarks. Or you could ignore my notes, but then again, what if there's a vital clue? You may doom yourself to a surely agonizing death if you don't carefully read each and every word I say. And the numbers. Numbers are important, aren't they? 3E, 1S, 2E, 2S, 2E. Oh my, do these numbers mean something? Are they important? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I do, but I won't tell. It's more fun for me that way. Slither along now, little snakies, and maybe take a torch. You wouldn't want to get lost in the dark now, would you? And I will show that so everyone can reread it whenever. And there is a door on the north and a door on the south sides of this hall. Slightly off center from each other because I fucked up, but whatever.
Ludwig would say, look, does anyone know they have torches on them?
I mean, Tuki's got one. Ah, shit. I accidentally clicked off from Roll20 into an exercise website.
Get your squats in, man.
It's one of my abs. I'm worried about. My legs are fine. All right.
Well, if
the-
you don't, I have about 10 in my pack.
Everyone has all the torches.
Okay. Ludwig was basically going to offer torches, but it's like, all right. I don't need torches, but, always good to have handy one, in just in case. So, we could go left or right?
Try left.
I've got a good feeling about left as well. What do you think? He looks at Tristan and Tuki.
Forward is the only direction I care about.
Well, hang on.
I'm hanging on to my microphone.
Oh, no, that was me talking to myself. Sorry.
Heh.
Okay. Gonna open the third note up in another tab. I think.
That you failed on a perception roll.
What is happening?
I don't know.
Neither do I. What is going on? What are you doing?
While Tristan tries to figure it out.
I'm trying to remember the question.
Okay, dude, left or right? North or
Are we
south?
going up or down, boys? Are we going up or down? Where
South.
are we dropping, boys?
South.
You want to go south? Okay.
I'll go south.
All right, Tristan wants to go south. Boron kind of wanted to explore north, I think, and so did Ludviek.
Yep.
Probably should. Yes. I am fine going either direction, but both were probably trapped at this point.
I'm convinced that every room in this place is trapped.
Also, Ludviek motions to take the note from Tuki.
Yes.
Yes. He looks at the weird letters and whatnot. He tries sounding it out. ECC. Name of some sort?
Doesn't ring a bell.
No. Probably not then. Must be something else.
All right. Well, given the time constraints we're on, as you all sort of get settled to figure out your next move and settle on a direction, I think that's where we'll call it for now, and we'll pick it up in a week's time. Same time next week.
Cool.
If everyone's good.
Okay.
All right.
Would love to.
I'll have to check. The 8th is my mom's birthday.
Okay, that's fair. But regardless, what's everyone thinking so far?
Wheat. I love it.
I'm having fun.
This guy Harley has a thing for disease.
I think it's the innkeeper or the butler.
I don't remember a butler or an innkeeper.
Well, we were at an inn.
Yes, and he was very unremarkable. So unremarkable, I cannot even remember a description of him.
You know, those are the kinds of people who usually end up as serial killers.
Right.
All right, well, regardless, that was much fun, and we'll pick this up when we get a chance.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm
Very fun.
liking this so far.